welcome back to another baseball card collecting video. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so and check out my past videos. I have put together a montage of the process to get baseball cards authenticated by the Professional Sports Authenticators, or PSA, process. I wanted to do this because I had a couple of cards pictured here that especially my King Griffey Jr. that I've had since 1989, and especially with growing interest in baseball card collecting again, wanted to see what this process is like, and quite frankly, one of the reasons to do so is to protect your investment. Um, get these cards professionally graded, authenticated with a seal of approvals so that in the future, if I choose to sell or pass them on as a future investment to my kids, that these cards will have a certification to go along with it. So to start, obviously, is to find cards that you think are worth sending to the PSA. It is not a cheap process. In fact, it's quite the opposite, and it really lends it to itself that this is a process for investors. Um, Baseball card investors, meaning huge collections, lots of cards that are currently worth something to many other collectors and auctions houses, and it's a way to make money. But again, I'm using it just for myself personally to protect my investment. The second step will be to create a login and account for yourself on the PSA's website, psacards.com. There you will more or less register and let the PSA know what cards you will be sending. There's a form to fill out. They want to know what kind of cards they are, because it's not just baseball cards, it's any type of cards. In fact, there's Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards that are being authenticated by the PSA now as well. Brief description, what year, what make, what card number, who the ball player is, and a lot of this is to reduce errors so that when the PSA does receive your cards, they know exactly which ones they are going to be grading for you, and make sure that your cards get back to you. They also let you know in their instructions that whatever order you put them in your package, it needs to be listed in the same orders on the packing slip. So you'll see I put Bo Jackson right on top, King Griffey in the middle, and Randy Johnson last. And that's exactly how it got shipped to them, and that's exactly how it got shipped back to me. So at this point, you've printed your packing slip, you have packaged your cards in clear hard plastic covers, lots of bubble wrap, lots of paper. Use a cardboard box to make sure that all your stuffing will fit, because you need to really make sure that your cards get there in perfect condition, because that's the whole point. You want them to grade your as perfect cards as possible, and they will do the same. They will, and you will see I have a picture towards the end of this process, but they will send back in different boxing, but in the same care as you gave your own cards. Create a clear label for return address and the address you're sending to the PSA. There will also be a barcode that you're going to print out, and you need to attach it, tape it, adhere it to the box very clearly so that when your box does arrive to the PSA, it gets tracked immediately. They have a very clear and very awesome tracking process with 8 steps, and it starts with your box arriving at their facility. It gets scanned in, and your cards will be tracked the whole way with updates by email. So as of today, my package did arrive, and that's how and why I'm making this video today. The process actually took a little shorter than I anticipated. They did let me know it could take up to 3 to 4 months, and it's not quite March, and I sent my package in early January. So they were able to receive my package and go through the whole process and grade them and return it back to me in about 2 months. They do give the disclaimer on their website, so I feel lucky that it got to me sooner than I anticipated, but at least they gave very clear indication of how long it could take, especially now because baseball card collecting and other card collecting interest has risen with COVID and people just getting back into the hobbies again. So again, I did receive my package. This is how it arrived. It's in a completely different box, completely taped all the way around in that fragile tape. Again, they really take the time and effort to make sure that your investment gets back to you in as good condition as possible. This is the moment I've been waiting for again for the past 2 months. I opened the box. They had sandwiched between two thick layers of bubble wrap my three sonically sealed cards, and also the return packing slip just confirming what I sent them is exactly what they sent back to me. So here they are, my cards in the now infamous PSA card packaging, the hard case, sonically sealed. It's got the label, so that should, again, that time come if I choose to sell, go to auction, pass them on to my kids, that the cards are clearly labeled with their grading, rank, and now they can be priced against the same card with the same grading. It really takes all the guesswork out of it. You can look at auction sites, eBay, and see what that card with that same rating, how much they're being sold, and kind of gives you an average of what to expect should that time come for you. And again, it's a protection of investment because you can keep track of your cards now. So the last thing to mention here is the website. Again, that's psacard.com, and once you've registered, you've sent your cards in, they're graded, they've been sent back, you have an instant inventory that you can now keep track of your graded collection. So it's not for your full collection of cards, it's only cards that you've submitted to the PSA. So you can see here I have an active inventory of 3 cards, unassigned inventory or an unmatched inventory. Not quite sure what that means. I do know that the website has a way to help you track sets. So I guess right now I have 2 sets that I'm following. That's right here. One is what's called 1989 Upper Deck Hall of Fame cards. There's, what were there? About 45 cards in the 1989 Upper Deck series that are now considered Hall of Famers. I now have 2 in there. And the other set I guess I'm following is the Bo Jackson rookie set, all the cards from his rookie year. And looks like I had a extra set I'm following, so let's just delete that, make it nice and clean. And yeah, that's the inventory. You can keep track of your cards through the inventory. You can look at other sets. Well, you can look at your sets, start new sets. And another thing I find kind of odd but fun, if this is your thing, if you're going to be sending in lots of cards for grading, but it keeps track of your progress. I earn medals for being a part of the PSA community, and lets you know what your next achievements are, and this achievement leaderboard based on how much activity you've done in PSA. Gives you a set of points so that you can see how you fare with other PSA users. Quite frankly, I don't care because I've done what I wanted. I've sent the cards I wanted graded. So they are in, they're registered, they're being tracked. I've got my cards back, and we'll see. We'll see if there's any more cards that I want to do this to. You don't know. Times change. I have, as you've seen in my past videos, I have a bunch of cards that I'm proud of owning, and maybe in the future I might have another one or two to send in again to secure my investment, if not for myself when I'm older, but for my kids in the future. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it, and stay tuned for my next car electing video. Thanks so much.